This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1210. Have you reached the breaking point at work? By Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. And I'm Dan. I am your host here, and I'm with you every single day of the week, and that includes weekends and holidays, reading from these great blogs that we pick out on entrepreneurship and productivity and all sorts of work-related topics. So let's hear from Laura now as we optimize your life. Have you reached the breaking point at work? By Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. At one time or another, we've all reached the breaking point at work, the place where you have to get away from the pressure, the distraction, the politics, and the complaints before you just lose it all and dissolve into a babbling mess on the floor. If you live in Dallas, the setting, ironically, of Mike Judge's Office Space, the exemplar of office breakdown movies, then you can actually go to a business called the Anger Room and start beating things up. For sessions starting at 5 minutes and lasting for as long as half an hour, you can wail on old computers, printers, fax machines, TVs, and office furniture with your choice of clubs. The patrons say they find it cathartic. But while the Anger Room is in the beginning stages of expansion to other cities, it hasn't gotten that far yet. And tearing things up isn't a healthy option for everyone anyhow. If you're mad as heck and just can't take it anymore, you can do slightly more civilized things to get away from it all and blow off steam. And I don't mean primal scream therapy. That doesn't work very well when you're still at the office and you tend to get funny looks. Sometimes you don't even have to get away at all to blow off steam. Talk therapy. As most of us can attest, verbal venting works wonders. If you can get away for a while, you can hold a gripe session with a coworker. But this option is fraught with peril. First of all, gripe sessions don't always help. They may just make you madder. And if you vent to a teammate, you run the risk of displacing your dissatisfaction onto them and poisoning their attitude. This can prove ruinous in terms of team productivity. If you must vent to people at your office, it helps if they're on a different team with different leaders, so you can compartmentalize your griping. This lessens the chance of infecting your team, and you can depend on each other as mutual confidants. But according to some observers, the best option for verbal venting is to call up a relative or friend who doesn't work with you and talk to them. They're more likely to support you than not, but at the same time, they may see the situation from a perspective you don't and point out reasons or solutions for whatever set you off that you failed to consider. Neutrality can be a good thing. Moving right along. What do you do when a coworker won't stop talking to you and drives you absolutely crazy? What do you do when someone constantly causes distractions, chats outside your door about nothing important, or wants to socialize too much? You have a couple of options here. If you don't mind speaking bluntly and it's your personality, simply stick your head outside the door and say, "Hey, you guys, can you take it somewhere else? People are trying to work here." For people who drop in to shoot the breeze, let them know you're up against a wall on a deadline. Ask if you can meet at lunchtime to catch up. You can be kind about it. Let them know you enjoy their company, but set some limits. What about all those "got a minutes"? Not everyone has a door she can close to get some focus time. As a team, agree on a predetermined signal for when they prefer not to be interrupted. Post a stop sign, put out a flag, or wear a certain colored baseball cap. Then add a nice set of noise-reducing earphones, and you can lose yourself in soothing music or ambient sound. But you can't keep the signal up all day. You must agree on a time limit to be unavailable. People need to be able to talk with you. Or if you need to blow off some steam, you can just hide. A nice brisk walk around the building or the grounds outside serves as a great way to let your emotions simmer down. It's also a good time to think and allow your subconscious to help you out of a mental jam. If you're stuck on a project or a report, take a quick walking, bathroom, or coffee break. When you return, you're often able to pick up the task and move forward. Sometimes, as the old saying goes, a change really is as good as a rest. You can also do a little light stretching, go up and down a few flights of stairs, or do some similar form of physical activity to burn off any adrenaline a spike of irritation has delivered. This may also be a good time to tackle that desk cleaning task you've been putting off. Wouldn't you like to know what the top of your desk actually looks like? If nothing else works. I really hate to suggest it since it can be a huge time waster, but if nothing else calms you down, try a social media break. I don't recommend you blog about your awful boss or the coworker whose tuneless whistling drives you mad, as it can easily come back to haunt you. Some companies make a habit of monitoring employees' social media posts. but clearing out your connection requests on LinkedIn or responding to tweets can make you feel better. Before going there, though, have some chocolate. I'm not kidding. Chocolate contains natural compounds that trigger calming neurotransmitters, such as serotonin. It also contains theobromine, a first cousin of caffeine that may help increase your alertness. Plus, eating increases your brain's dopamine levels. That's why comfort foods really work. So the next time you feel like blowing your top, reach for the dark chocolate and take a walk. By the time you get back to your chair, you may be mellow enough to regain your productive edge. You just listened to the post titled, "Have You Reached the Breaking Point at Work?" by Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. Your business is buried in manual work, taking forever to close the books. If this is you, consider 3 numbers: 37,000, 25, 1. 37,000. That's the number of businesses who have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle. 25. NetSuite turns 25 this year. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less, close their books in days, not weeks, and drive down costs. And 1, because your business is one of a kind. So you get a customized solution for all of your KPIs in one efficient system with one source of truth. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. NetSuite is giving you the power of having everything you need to grow all in one place. And you really can't put a price on the power and efficiency that comes with having all of your processes streamlined like this. This is truly an unprecedented offer. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist, designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/OWD. That's netsuite.com/OWD to get your own KPI checklist. netsuite.com/OWD.
TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
And thanks so much to Laura for sharing this post today. She is an award-winning keynote speaker and best-selling author of 8 books. So she's obviously known as the Productivity Pro for a good reason. Her engaging personality, combined with over 25 years of experience helping organizations achieve results, have made her one of the most sought-after experts and keynote speakers in her field. Laura has been featured in the New York Times, USA Today, the Wall Street Journal, Entrepreneur, and Forbes magazines, and has been a spokesperson for Microsoft, Danone, 3M, Office Depot, Xerox, and more. And if that wasn't enough, her client list includes top Fortune 500 companies, including Starbucks, Walmart, Bank of America, GM, Wells Fargo, and Time Warner, plus government agencies such as the U.S. Air Force Academy, the Census Bureau, the U.S. Senate, and the IRS. So we can all learn a lot from her, and you can come by theproductivitypro.com for all of her content. She's got her videos, books, store, newsletter, and blog all there on the site, which again is theproductivitypro.com. And with that, I wish you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here in the same spot tomorrow for another post. And that is where your optimal life awaits.